Yes, people, welcome back to another stream on the channel. This is your Manchester United versus Chelsea preview, which will be a game that United can, must win. But yeah, listen, we'll get on to it. A lot of news today, but as I said, we'll get on to that. But listen, I'm going to add the guest as usual. We've got, you guys should know who he is. He's in the OMX HD show. The HD is in his name. How deep? How you doing?
Yes, as always, I'm very well, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here. How about yourself?
I'm not about it very well, Hardy, because the rumors.
Oh,
Sorry, no, I'm back. Sorry, the rumors that we've been seeing are about the one Chelsea player. I don't know, man. I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy. But listen, yeah, I'm well. Apart from that, I'm well. So just finished coaching, and yeah, listen, I'm not too bad. So yeah, gonna add. Well, he's not a Chelsea fan, a United fan, but it's best that we add a neutral fan at best, and it is Manny. How you doing, Manny?
All good, all good, all good. I mean, normally Manchester United versus Chelsea will be a must-watch game, but you know, I really can only see one team winning this, and it certainly isn't the team from the blue part of London. And I mean, if I were a Chelsea fan, I'd just be saying, let this season get over and done with. Let Lampard get his send off and say goodbye to the Stamford Bridge crowd. I think he already did that anyway because Chelsea's last game will also be away from home. But just get this over and done with and start again under Pochettino. But United have risen really well. I think if they win this game, they'll be in pole position to finish third. And yeah, this should be interesting. Certainly, a lot of players in that Manchester United team are going to be playing for a chance to be a part of the squad next season.
Yeah.
And of course, several of Chelsea's players are playing for their futures. Some of them have already had their futures decided on both teams. Yep, should be fun.
100%. When I had the Chelsea fans, JPT is here. How you doing, JPT?
Doing good, doing good. I'm excited to see
Well,
Lampard
excited to
just
see
continue.
10 odd ball at Old
10 out.
Trafford.
You know what's gonna see? Manchester City played their B-C team versus Chelsea and still won. I see United playing their A-B team because I think if I'm not mistaken, they just need 1 point to clinch Champions League. They're gonna save the best players for their biggest game of the season, which is the FA Cup final, and see if they can pull if Ten Hag can pull that domestic double versus their city rivals, City. And but yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much game 2 of the Manchester preseason tour where Chelsea's gonna lose again, or if best, a draw. But it's gonna be one of those. I'm
100%.
really sorry.
And I'm going to add the other Chelsea fan who's here. It is Nippon. How you doing, Nippon?
I'm good. How are you?
Mason Mount? No.
Take it.
He's got the minerals.
Take
He's
it.
got the
Take it.
minerals.
He's got the minerals.
Johnny
He's got
Minerals
the
on
minerals.
United.
Oh, I think this is what we have to deal
He-
with, man. But listen, before we even talk about
He's,
that,
he's got the minerals. Take it. I'll drive him up to Old Trafford personally.
yeah. But yeah, man, JBT, Chelsea this season. I mean, famous video of Tuchel and Conte with their hands going after the game. But Chelsea season, JBT, how do you sum it up, man? Because I don't know how to sum up. You guys.
I came up. I mean, I had a nickname for Lampard, which is not PC enough, so I can't say it online. But I just say he's just been worse than Potter, and Potter was a big downgrade from Tuchel. And from then, the season was pretty much over since Bowley did not come eye to eye with Tuchel. But with Poch coming in, we just want the season to be over. To Lampard to just let's remember you as a one of our legends as a player, because Lord knows that you are not meant to be a manager. That's it. Like, it's not everyone's meant to be one, but we'll see what happens with. Let's see what lineup he even first starts off with, but pretty much overall to reflect the season, just look at the table position where we're at right now, and I think that'll probably just correctly reflect. It's just been poor, no style, no philosophy, nothing but losses and draws. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go through the comments before I get on to Nippon, but yeah. Huddersfield Town fan to obviously Ryan says hello, big up guys, bro. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new. Big up to you, Ryan. Hopefully you're having a good day, and yeah, go check him out, guys. Go check him out if you're new. Chelsea fans says big up to you, Chelsea fans as well. Mount man, yeah, we'll touch on that. Ryan says a massive no to Mount, please. No, exactly. Big up, Ryan. This really is a must win the game. No excuse, not a chance. Tenag will not just settle for a point. Is a boom winner. £55 million, no chance. Lampard will put the same stupid team against Man U. Yeah. Nippon,
Take him.
Chelsea season talk. Nippon, talk to me. How has the season been for you guys?
Dog shit. Yeah, that's it.
And JPT, you were worried about not being PC enough.
I'll write it out, but I know I'm gonna be called out for it in the private chat. So, but Oryx, if you want to take the nickname to call him this from now on, go ahead. But actually, I'll message it to you personally. I'd rather just not. But yeah, I'd rather just say the word shit.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is Mason Mount, Minerals Mount. He knows what it's like. He plays for the bad. Take him.
His best, the best thing about his game, after the final whistle's blown, he'll go to the United stance and he'll go.
No, listen, we don't need none of that bullshit. We don't need none of that
glory
bullshit.
right there.
No.
Double M to double
We don't
G
need-
United. Let's go.
We need some Jogger Benito. We need Neymar Jr., mate. I'm joking, but yeah. Listen, I think we'll just go on to Mount. For me, Hadi might have a different point, but I don't believe. I think this is nonsense. I think it's PR driven. I don't know Austin's come out, but Austin recently, has he been reliable? Because when I look at his stuff, he said that Zinchenko will be out for the rest of the season, but he got picture training. Yes, as a journalist, he seems credible, but recently, I don't think so, but I don't believe it's nonsense. There's two things. One, our ownerships. Where are we getting this money from? They want 80 million. I don't know where we have that budget. Number two, if this is honestly, if we are getting Mount, it just shows that we're getting Sergeant Ratcliffe. It just shows that we're getting Ratcliffe, but listen, we're not. Don't worry. But Mount for me, I can't have this midfield of Mount, Bruno, Casemiro. So no.
Talking about Minerals Mount. Minerals Mount.
No, Nippon, no.
Take him.
No.
Take him.
If you listen, I'm going to go for our midfield options if it was for next season. So, Fred, Casemiro, Sabitzer, Rabiot, Mount, Bruno. Where's the ball retention in these options? Because I don't see one.
Casemiro.
But I don't see one ball retentional midfielder right there.
Casemiro has good ball retention.
Well, apart from him, Fred, Sabitzer, and yeah, listen, for me, Mount, I do not believe it. So yeah, Hardy.
I do. He's going to United, man. He's going to United.
Hardy, Mason Mount. Hardy, are we getting Mason Mount? What's your thoughts on him as a player?
No, well, personally, if it is true, it'll be absolute shambolic. First and foremost, how is seen this down for Chelsea? He's been regressing this season, and undoubtedly for you guys.
What's that sound by the way? Yeah, carry on, Hardy.
You believe this at Old Trafford?
But overall, I think with Mason Mount, he's inconsistent. He doesn't really have that consistency. Is he a ball retention based player in the system we need? No, he isn't. We need a ball reducer right now, and with Casemiro, he's very good on the ball. Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, replacement that's a midfield three. Where's that dimension, creativity, and also balance? As I mentioned, tenacity and physicality. There's no physicality and ball carrying ability in the midfield. It's absolutely best ball. Yes, he's won the Champions League. Yes, he has actually won the European Super Cup. He's not a winner. And on the European stage, and even as an international player, he's absolutely average. He's let us down countless times as a country. Partly down to Southgate, of course, but he doesn't bring anything stylistically to our team except when work.
He's out of favour. He's out of favour. Can I say something about that?
Yeah,
he's out of favour with Gareth Southgate as well. That should tell you all
Yeah.
you need to know.
Easy now.
The thing is, I'm telling United fans, we need 2 to 3 midfielders. They have to be good on the ball. I want a Casado. I want a McAllister. I want,
Frankie de Jong.
Yes, Frankie de Jong. And all of
That
these
should be the prime
players. But
target.
listen, for me, I just want players that want to come and actually play for the club, not for the money. But listen, for midfielders, I keep repeating myself. They always repeat ourselves. Whenever the United streams, we always repeat ourselves. But with midfielders, we need to get 2 to 3, man. Then move on to strikers. But listen, Mason Mount, I don't believe it. Let me go through the comments. The key here is he is no improvement on what is already in the bin. Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
He's no
what?
improvement, man. Yeah. I think he's an improvement.
I meant more about the Tina Turner thing.
I'm back. Should be back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, he's an improvement on Fred, but that's it, really. That's it. That's all I see. So, yeah.
Also, if you look at Fred McTominay, respectively, they need to go as well. We're based now. If we are going to bring in number 10 or even number 8, we should be going for Maddison. Maddison's the best number 10 available in the relegation side, and we're Mount. Despite our favour Chelsea, why are we prioritising him? It's due to Glenn economics, unfortunately. And if we do get him, that could clearly hit one thing. Radcliffe could potentially be our owner. Is it PR? Potentially, but we do need super wealth, and ultimately, Maddison own. He won't make us tell contenders.
He won't know the end. The thing is, we need not only just one, but we need 2 to 3 midfield. Like, people don't understand. Like, we need to clear out in the midfield, a massive clear out. So yeah. Oswald says, "Apparently, got Tina Turner, R.I.P. She was."
James Maddison is ending up at in Newcastle United. Just saying.
Oh wow! I mean, they do have the
Is
money
he?
for it. They are attracting with Champions League football.
Who's
Eddie
he?
Howe,
That was
crazy.
Who's this on about? Tina Turner. Who's he on?
No, Tina Turner. It's a singer.
Singer, right?
Oh, singer. Okay,
Legendary singer.
cool.
If I recall correctly, she might have been in the early 80s when she died. But overall, great
Yeah, I
singer.
think so. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen about that. Yeah.
I'm gonna
83,
ruffle a few.
83.
Can I say something, guys?
Go on.
I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers by saying this, but you do not need Champions League football to attract the best of the best.
That's true, but you also want to make sure you're going into a project that's promising and that's actually going in the right direction. I mean, Champions League does fit in, but you can also argue that like maybe Brighton would be a better place to go to than, let's say, for likes of an Arsenal if they're still going to be under Arteta.
Yeah. No, of course, 100%.
I'm going to say this to that. You don't need to be tall to play professional basketball. You don't need to have a funny-looking face to rule the United Kingdom. You don't need to weigh over 300 kilograms to be a sumo wrestler, but it helps.
There.
Big up, man. Big up, Stefano. Yeah, no, 100%. But yeah, I mean, I do get what JPT means. I mean, what Nipper means because
Look, we were sat 10, and the following season we signed N'Golo Kante from Leicester City, and we beat the likes of Man United and a lot of other Premier League giants to his name.
The thing is, if Liverpool get McAllister and they're flipping in Europe League, then that just shows that you don't have to get in top 4. So, but yeah, let's move on. I think we've discussed Mason Mount, but let's go to the better side of Manchester. Man United season talk. I mean, Hardiball's already spoken, so I'm going to get to the Chelsea fans. So, Liverpool, man United season talk. How do you feel? Man United season has been going.
You've had the second best season in the Premier League. I'm going to be honest with you.
I would say third.
Second.
Why only second? Why
Or
second?
actually third or second.
Because Arsenal didn't win anything.
We've got Superman. Go on,
he knows
We
exactly
got
what.
Super Dog win now.
Hey! Here's one. We've got Super Mika Teta. He knows exactly what we need. Tierney at the back, Gabby in attack. Arsenal gonna win fuck all.
It's supposed to rhyme, Nippon.
Yeah. Let me
And
do the
I mean,
I don't care.
It might have been the second best season overall because United have a trophy, but I get that. But in terms of Premier League finishes, we're still second, so that can't be taken
second
away
don't
from
win you
us.
nothing.
But I will.
Nothing.
Yes, Mr. Sharma, I am well aware of that. But we finished. I mean, look, we should have won the league. The fact that we didn't was indeed a failure, but at least we were able to make a fist of it until we completely flopped when it mattered the most. And I'm not going to completely big up the team, but I'm not going to kick them when they're down either.
Right.
But next season will be a litmus test. But United have had a fine season, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and obviously, man, you have to back your boy Arteta and see how he does next season. So yeah.
Oh, I'll back him, all right. But if he mucks up, I will be on his case.
I do not accept these fucking standards, guys. That is funny.
Mikel Arteta will quit if Mikel Arteta will quit.
You know what's so funny? Last season in the FA Cup, Arsenal lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest away, and then the team talk was Arteta, I do not accept these fucking standards. What was the team talk last weekend? Can somebody tell me what Arteta
exactly? I quote tweeted that by saying history was repeating itself.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about that, Orist.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, Brighton hitting the bar from a free kick. Was that Welbeck who took the free kick? Oh boy.
Yeah, but no, I think JBT.
Big Tony Wells, eh?
JBT, do you want to touch on Man United season overall? Your opinion?
I think I would say it's successful in the way that Ten Hag is doing work already. We got them a cup. We got them to how many finals now?
2 finals.
2 finals. Yeah, so it is already off to a good start. But I mean, this is a better process than whatever Arteta or Bowley had in place, for example. And it's only going to get better. I mean, you guys are going to strengthen up the squad. I think it's going to be one of the 2 names that would be seriously what is it? What was I going to say? Challenging for the title. I don't know how far, but I would say them and maybe Newcastle would be in that title race, maybe all next season. I mean, like I said, even if you lose the FA Cup final, which let's just be honest, is most likely what's going to happen, unless they're very just focusing on Champions League, unless that happens. No, it's going to happen first. But yeah, United surprised everyone, especially I think the X factor was Casemiro. Who would have saw that coming from his age? Adapting to the Premier League just like that, just hitting the ground running, and then Sabitzer on loan. I think that just secured top 4 for sure. Because I think without Casemiro, top 4 would have been not even in discussion. But yeah, I mean, if you guys avoid Mount, and even with Jim Ratcliffe, if this somehow goes through, then yeah, I think you guys should be set for success. And then I think look at what is it? Addressing the issues as you're mentioning, the midfield. I think a right back is something you guys would probably be needing, and then a striker, of course, with whether Osimhen is going to be there or if it's Kane, option B.
Fingers crossed, it is not Kane and it is Osimhen.
If it's Jim coming into ownership, then expect Kane.
Oh yeah, listen, the thing is with Ratcliffe, I've said it before, even before he comes in the club, I'm Ratcliffe out. Like, even before he steps into the building, I'm Ratcliffe out. For me, we need to go far away. And you're having defenders like Dante coming out, who, by the way, won a treble with Bayern Munich, came out and said that the board and ownership don't know what they're doing. So, why on earth do United fans put No to Qatar banners after the games where you getting employees from Ratcliffe calling out the board for saying that they don't know what they're doing? So for me, Ratcliffe is a massive no. He's getting called out by Dante, man. And employment. Like, if this was at Man United, let's say Lindelof calls out Glazers. Lindelof, listen, they would sack him. So Dante, fair play to you, man. Fair play to you, because the same guy that won the treble with Bayern Munich called out the ownership. So Ratcliffe is a massive no for me. I expect, obviously, tomorrow there's going to be a little something protest. I don't know. There's gonna be a little protest that fans will try
You
to do. But
disrespect him way too much. You disrespect Harry Kane way too much.
I want Aussie man. What's the problem, Nippon? I want Aussie man. I'm not disrespecting
Not
Kane.
prem proven. Not prem proven.
That doesn't mean anything. Let's
I
be
don't
honest.
get
That
it. Does to
doesn't mean
me. It does to
anything.
me. It does to me.
It's all Nippon. It's about the mentality about Harry Kane for me. I've always said Kane's mentality needs to go on, Nippon.
Eric Ten Hag will bleed that loser mentality out of him.
Yeah, that's a fair point because he did it with.
I'm telling you. Eric Ten Hag is a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If he sees a player in Harry Kane, he says, "Oh, he knows he has the loser mentality." So he probably knows he can coach that loser mentality out of him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Make a good point. Yeah, 100%.
Listen, far be it from me as an Arsenal fan to wax lyrical about a Spurs player, but I would like to say this. You would never, ever put up the statistics that Harry Kane has and do consistently well as he has if you don't have a winning mentality. Because in as much as we would like to, criticize players who haven't won anything and say they don't have the minerals, and I do that for more than a few players. Aaron Ramsdale, I'm talking to you. You have done nothing to
England number one.
You got that new
number
contract,
one.
Bugger that. Pickford and Pope ahead of him any day of the week.
Not Pickford.
Funny man, Ramsdale got upset because he didn't keep a clean sheet. Remember that?
Yeah, but anyway. But I also know that I need to behave sometimes, and that winning is more often than not a team sort of effort. And it's not really Harry Kane's fault that sometimes the players he has don't really have the ability to support him and help him in that endeavor. And who's talking in the background?
I think it's Nippon. Yeah, it's Nippon. Your background, someone's talking in the background. But yeah.
So, by the way, Manchester City are 1-up. Phil Foden on 25 minutes. But so I actually think that if you are good enough to score over 300 goals for Tottenham and also be England's leading goal scorer and also take the team to a World Cup semi-final and a Euro final, yes, you don't win things, but then, we all know that tournament football is always, sometimes it's a matter of chance. But I think he has a winning mentality. He has a desire to improve, the desire to continue to do as well as he can. And, if you're selfish and you only care about your own personal stats, you're not going to do well. It's as simple as that. When you put the team first,
Bruno.
accolades come. Yeah.
For example, Bruno.
You don't talk about Bruno.
That's a cheap shot in some ways. But listen,
I don't care.
I'm
chatting back.
Okay, but listen, if you have the ambition to do as well as you can for your team, the accolades and stats will follow. So I think Keane he does have a winner's mentality. Maybe he just needs to join a different team. And there's always going to be a part of me that thinks, it's a little bit like Alan Shearer, who stayed on at Newcastle when he could have moved on. But let's not forget, Shearer won the Premiership title with Blackburn at the expense of Manchester United. Sorry, Orison Hardley, but I had to bring that up. But what Kane is missing is a title. So maybe it would be time for him to move. And if I were a Spurs fan, I wouldn't really begrudge him a move because, look, the way the team has been going this season, their season has now completely, crashed and burned and petered out. Say whatever you want, and maybe it's time for a new challenge because in any case as well, both he and Heung-min Son have been running to the ground. So if Kane were to move, how can you begrudge him that? If Kane wants to give himself a chance of winning something, how can you say, no, you can't do that? If you do that, you won't be a legend in our eyes anymore. Those people who say that don't deserve to be called football fans.
It's written stars anyways. It's written in the stars for Man United to sign Kane. I think we will. I think we'll sign Kane this summer. I think it's written in the stars. Romano came out today saying that Ten Hag thinks Kane's perfect for his project. So
Teddy Sheringham 2.0.
Yeah. So let's see with Kane. I'm going to back him, of course, but let's see with Kane. But anyway, back to the game because I know.
Forget about Sheringham. What about Dimitar Berbatov?
Oh, baller, man. Berbatov.
No,
underrated. I think too.
referring to the fact that they were both East London boys. Both both went on loan to Millwall, and then both played for Tottenham, and then both played for Man United. That's the comparison.
Yeah,
very smart. I like that.
But fans, the comeback came to the RVP signing. Like,
watch him sign for West Ham at some point as well.
Who's that?
Harry Kane.
Oh no, he's not signed for West Ham. What the hell? But yeah, let's
Teddy
talk about
Sheringham
the game.
did.
Let's talk about the game. JBT, Man United, Chelsea tomorrow. What's your thoughts?
All right, yeah, I was gonna make this quick just because I have a minute left for my break. So I'm just predicting a 1-1. Man United's gonna probably field most of their bench on the field, and they'll still play with ease, similar to what City did versus us. Granted, their bench is still pretty quality. That they can pretty much challenge for top four for that backup bench that they have. But yeah, I mean, with United and Ten Hag only needing 1 point, I don't think they're going to risk any injuries before their big FA Cup final. But yeah, the only thing that'll probably be stopping that, as I mentioned, I think Manny mentioned it, that Ten Hag's is a born winner. He had that winning mentality. He doesn't settle for less, and that's the sign of a true manager and someone that you would fight tooth and nail for. So, but like I said, I think they're just going to play it safe. And yeah, I'll just say that 1-1, they could care less. It's going to be a big party at Old Trafford, qualifying for Champions League. And yeah, just getting ready to close out the season. Even if they don't pull the result, which let's be honest, it's unlikely that's going to happen. They have Fulham, who has also nothing to play for the last game of the season, but I think they want to close it at home with a feel good moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna put solo screen on you so you can shout this sources. But big up for joining, by the way. Big up for joining.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. Yeah, the Ad Time Podcast. Be on a couple of streams this week. It's been a busy couple of weeks from now. But yeah, let's hope the season ends quickly for all Chelsea fans. I'm sure they can agree with that. And let's get Poch into the door and we had to just treat Frank Lampard like Ole Yeller. And if you haven't, don't know the ending to that, just a quick Google search. But yeah, Oris, thank you for having me here, and panel, everyone else, it's good to see you guys again. Hope you all are doing well. And all right, let's just get ready for hopefully a good game tomorrow, which let's be honest, it's gonna be really one-sided.
But yeah, big up JBT, man. Big up JBT, man.
See you guys.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up.
See you,
JBT. Big up. But yeah, right, back to the game. I'm gonna give my line.
Another update. Brighton have equalised. I believe it's Mitoma with the goal, but it's being checked for a possible handball. I don't think it probably might have touched his hand after it.
Decision, man. They always get these decisions.
No, but wait a minute. Mitoma might have handled it and sent it in with his hand. Yep, it's been disallowed. So City are still 1-0 up.
Yeah. Nippon, talk to me about tomorrow. Are you confident, nervous, 50-50?
Not confident. Not confident at all.
Why's that?
Why do you think?
Listen, Nippon, I'm going to give you some courage, man. You got Super Frank Lampard. He said in an interview today that we're going to see our mentality for tomorrow. And yeah, man,
he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. But yeah.
He's not in, Frank Lampard, the manager, complete clown. Frank Lampard, the player, complete legend.
To be fair, it's similar to Oli, to be fair, but yeah. Let's get to the lineups then.
Frank Lampard was a better player than Oli.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard was a better player than Oli.
No,
but Oli was a better manager than Frank.
Yeah, and won fuck all, just like Frank.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Lineups time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Varane, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Anthony, Bruno, Garnacho, and Martial. Hardy, your lineup. And actually, no, before you give me your lineup, your thoughts for tomorrow. Are you confident that we're gonna win or get a result for tomorrow?
No, given the record there at Trafford, I think we're all definitely going to get the win. I don't know, with Chelsea at the moment, you don't know what's actually expected them. Can they be consistent? Can they be inconsistent? Or can they just regress and pull it? I think we've been Chelsea. despite our past records at Old Trafford, they've been really, really tight. It's been 1-1 draws, it's been 0-0 specifically, or even about 2-0 as well. I think with this game against Chelsea, it's going to be really tense, and I think with United, I could see us winning by 3 goals to 0. I think with Chelsea, yes, they might even dominate in majority Spurs possession, but I'd keep an eye on Enzo Fernandez. What player, even though he's struggling in this Chelsea side, in the right environment under Pochettino, you'll see the best of him. Mark Woods. Overall, we'll win. We'll dominate the midfield. We need to be really clinical. And we need to get all 3 points. 1 point is good enough, especially if we are going to qualify the Champions League. We need to get all 3 points. That's the main mentality. And we need to tactically, technically dominate Chelsea. Simple.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, no, I agree, Deep, I agree. So you going with a 3-0 then? 3-0 prediction?
Yeah, 3-0. Yeah, 3-0 United.
I was exactly going to go with 3-0, so yeah, 3-0 United. Nippon, there's a lot of background noise behind you, but yeah. Nippon, your score prediction for tomorrow?
We all know what it's like with Chelsea versus Man United. The fixture is hyped up into oblivion. We get into debates, predicting crazy scorelines for our respective teams. But we've seen it all before. So call me crazy, call me whatever. I'm going to go for a stinky 0-0 draw.
Oh, listen, listen, it confirms this stuff, but I would be so angry if it was 0-0, man. The thing is, what annoys me is
you need to show up on my podcast if you don't win this game or rest.
Well, Nippon, even if we draw, we still confirm top 4, so there's no banter that you can give to me. But Nippon, what I'm saying is, if we're not going to nickel tomorrow, I'm going to be so mad. Tomorrow, these boys have to have their finishing boots on. Because Anthony, this guy has way too many one-on-one chances that he misses. So we have to be on.
Having said that, he'll probably score against us. It's the history of the Chelsea.
Exactly. So Man United. Listen,
actually, scrap that. I'm changing my prediction. I'm going 1-1, and Anthony will score your goal. I don't know who will score Chelsea's goal, but Anthony will score your goal. 1-1.
If we can't keep a clean sheet against these lot, man, that is disappointing. But listen, I expect a clean sheet. I expect a clean sheet, man. I'm sorry, but I don't see Chelsea scoring tomorrow. But listen, Man United, we have to be on it tomorrow. I don't care. From minute 0 to minute the end, we need to be scoring. These players, they'll probably tell them in the dressing room, right, lads, let's play for a draw. We still confirmed it for no, because that is not the mentality at Manchester United. At Manchester United, the mentality is to win every game, not a draw, because that's not good enough. So for me, a win has to be a must tomorrow. And as I said, 3-0. I think Martial's going to score. That's how this boy. Garnacho to score, and I'm going to say Casemiro to score. But yeah. Also, what do you make of Martial walking out early in the dressing room against Bournemouth?
So, as much as I saw admire Martial, even though for the past 6 months he's been quite inconsistent in his form and availability. Yes, he at times has been really impactful for us, but sometimes his attitude can actually be really, really negative. The perception he gets from the media is absolutely disgusting, and what he had done to actually walk in the tunnel was absolutely disgraceful. He should have calmed down. If you actually expect players to actually react like that, especially when they get replaced by Weghorst, who is undoubtedly the most mediocre striker in our history. But I think with Martial, it's time.
Hey, but it was your fans. Your fans hyped him up into oblivion.
Exactly. Do you know why? The standards.
Where are the standards? A player who flopped at Burnley.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah,
no,
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I've never rated Weghorst. Yeah, so. I'm joking.
Oh, Jesus. Don't be so shameless like that. You wanted him over Harry Kane. You liar.
Well, I said, listen.
Well, yeah, you wanted him over Harry Kane.
Last stream, the OMX HD show, I said I was sorry about Weghorst. So listen.
Yes.
Weghorst.
Always admit it.
I admit it. I was wrong about Weghorst, man. He's not good. Listen, he's not. He's not good enough.
Nippon. Let me play the devil's advocate, or in this case, the red devil's advocate, and say that on behalf of Orist and Hardeep, I think they thought that Weghorst would be a quality striker to bring off the bench as a sort of a target man who latch onto a corner and score or pretty much pop up with a goal like that. But clearly, when you take a look at the way he plays, he tends to be a little bit clumsy and cumbersome. And Brighton now have equalised for good, and this goal will stand. It is Enciso with a screamer from outside the penalty area, a goal fit to win any game. And of course, if Brighton draw this game, they will secure Europa League football, which means that Aston Villa, Spurs, and Brentford will have to fight for a Conference League spot. But look, Manchester United probably thought that Weghorst would be a quality striker off the bench, but when he starts, he tends to be clumsy and cumbersome. He doesn't move very well, you see, and that's the biggest problem. And for a guy as smart as Ten Hag, I can't understand how he couldn't see that.
Maybe it was just the orange tinted glasses Ten Hag has.
Oddy, you know how horrible he is aerially. He doesn't even know headers.
Oh, it's worse than Ronaldo. Ronaldo's better aerially.
Yeah, exactly.
Manny. I think it's just Eric Ten Hag having his Aranye tinted glasses on when he
I heard that the first time. Yeah, you have a point.
Yeah.
What a strike!
Let's be honest. This is the Glazers' fault for getting Weghorst. Honestly, they want cheap.
I'm convinced that Weghorst was an Eric Ten Hag signing.
Yeah.
It was further down this. He was further down this.
I think that's Lampard trying to call you for the team talk for tomorrow. So yeah, Lampard trying to call you Nippon ask advice for team talk. But Nippon.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is target out Weghorst.
Did I ask you? Okay, you said 1-0, I think. Yeah, 1-1, I think. But yeah, Manny, what's the score prediction for Man United Chelsea tomorrow, in your opinion?
3-1. I think United have a lot more goals in them than Chelsea do. I do not have any faith in either Mount or Havertz or Gallagher to hit a barn door with a howitzer. How Gallagher has gotten called up to the England squad, I don't know. There'd be several other players.
Because he's a fucking clown. Because Gareth Southgate is a clown.
The turncoat and the waistcoat, as it were.
Yeah, Weghorst. Even Ryan says Weghorst never. Yeah.
Yeah, and there is one question I want to ask the both of you. According to the latest news, your reserve goalkeeper, Jackie Butland, who will be at the end of his loan deal this season, is set to leave, obviously, and there's a chance that he could end up moving to Rangers. And I do believe that Tom Heaton might also say goodbye to United. So you're going to need a backup keeper. Any names on your mind?
I'd love him at Rangers.
I'd
love this Jack Butland at Rangers.
Manny, Costa.
Well, Ashley Costa, no doubt.
Listen, Hardy, Matej Kova, whatever his name is, keep an eye on him, man. He's a
well player.
Listen, keep an eye on him, man. Very good.
So you want Costa and De Gea as both your goalkeepers for the Champions League, do you?
Arrest. Well, can I say something?
Go on.
Oh God, what was I gonna say? You bought. Look. It's about Weghorst, actually. I mean, like, whose idea was it on the board? I know. Let's replace one striker who can't score any goals with another striker who can't score any goals.
For me, this is John Murtagh's fault. I'm sorry, but people signing players comes to the board. Listen, board. The way our chances work is the board.
Like replacing Anthony Martial, who can't score any goals. Weghorst was signed to replace Anthony Martial, who couldn't score any goals.
That's like saying Mudryk.
And now he's replacing him with Weghorst, who can't score any goals.
But that's like saying Mudryk was a Potter signing. Mudryk was never Potter signing. Anyway, so for me,
maybe not Mudryk, but Weghorst was a Ten Hag signing. I think he just let his I'm gonna say it again, his Dutch tinted glasses get the better of him in that one.
Yeah. The way that I look at football transfers is the board, they negotiate with players, and obviously the manager has the final decision, but it's the board's fault for linking these to the shit players that Ten Hag wants. Obviously, Ten Hag is going to say yes because he was desperately needed a striker, so Ten Hag will obviously say yes. But these boards, they like cheap options and they don't like doing overpaying prices. What I mean by that is getting Caicedo and stuff, but they want to go for cheap. And yeah, for me, listen, this is the only
overpaying. They was getting Casemiro for 57 million not overpaying them.
But what I'm trying to say is, Nippon, I'm trying to say is,
I mean, he's worth price. He's worth price though. He's worth price. If you look at what
he's worth.
Madrid,
What I'm trying to say is, the Man United, they have to recruit the right players for the right system that the manager needs. This summer is, listen, for me, my opinion, is the biggest summer ever in Man United's history career. The biggest summer ever. Like post Sir Alex Ferguson, this summer is the biggest ever. And we need a massive clear. Obviously, the legend himself, Phil Jones, his statement, he's leaving. Twanzebe's leaving.
Twanzebe.
But yeah, who else? I think Tommy.
Everybody's well.
Everybody, yeah. Tommy announced that he's going to retire, so Tommy is going to go. Jack Butland, listen, this guy's on here to collect his paycheck anyway, so Jack Butland can bugger off. Who else? I think Alex Tellers is going to leave Hardy because I think he's going to come back and then go back to Sevilla.
Harry Maguire.
Oh yes, today yes. Chris Wheeler, Harry Maguire set to leave, man. You know, listen,
I hope he goes. I hope. You know what? And this isn't. I hope he goes to. No, I hope he doesn't go to West Ham. I hope he goes to
Chelsea.
A championship club. I hope he goes to a championship club.
Said Chelsea
that way he will never get called up for England again.
Meppen, how about Maguire to Chelsea then?
How about this?
But yeah, cool. Manny, did you see your score prediction for tomorrow, by the way?
Yeah,
yeah, 3-1, 3-1.
Sorry,
and an update,
yeah,
Danny Welbeck has just had a goal disallowed for offside.
Oh.
So, you will...
I think City are Premier League champions anyway, so it doesn't matter if City win, lose or draw. But yeah.
Imagine if City win the treble.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. Guys, I've been in multiple podcasts, right? I was on a Bournemouth channel and they asked me the same question. So, if City do win the treble, which is a better side, the 99 Man United treble or the City treble? Hardy?
I'd say the 99 side because we actually went through tough obstacles in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in the FA Cup. Whereas City, they've been very dominant in and out of transitions to get over the right side as well. I think this season, most sides City have those places. They've been quite inferior, quite inconsistent, quite disjointed tactically as well. And City have been tactically outstanding under Guardiola. They've actually evolved into an excellent tactical overwhelming side. And I think with what Pep has done to Manchester City, it's been fantastic. We've been with Erling Haaland. With Erling Haaland, the expectations were very limited with him at the start of the season. The kind of judgment actually decreased with Erling Haaland. A lot of the punditry, a lot of the media were actually disregarding him as to why he cannot fit into Pep Guardiola's system. And I think he's drilled excellently into the system, despite being a focal number 9. So with Guardiola, he's undoubtedly an excellent coach, but Sir Alex Ferguson is a level above him, and undoubtedly to go.
Yeah, 100%. Meppen, for you, 99 United treble or Man City's treble?
Ooh. That's a bit like asking who I like more out of Margot Robbie and Emma Watson. It's very hard to separate them.
Sophie's choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a very hard one.
For me, it's United 99. Like for me, I'm not even.
You've just got your red tinted glasses on.
No. As I said, I'm not being biased or anything, but as somebody said, there was more hard obstacles United went through, and if you're gonna go player by player, honestly, how many cities make it 99? I only see 2 players max.
Who?
I think Kyle Walker makes it, and
ahead of Gary Neville.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Someone's going I want
Maybe Holland. Maybe Holland. Maybe Holland.
Maybe Holland over Andy Cole.
Yeah, I'll have Holland over Andy Cole. Yeah, that's it really. 2 players max. But yeah, there's no Nipper, there's no stuff.
Yeah, can you just mute it, please, Nipper? We're hearing a lot of noise from there.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
better. Now, I remember being on that show, of course. Shout out to the channel, Up the Cherries in all departments. Wonderful people, wonderful channel. And I said also that the 99 side would be better. What was interesting, mind you, was that when Ferguson started that match, he had Giggs on the left and Jesper Blomqvist on the right. And it looked a little bit off because I know that the trend today is to play a left footer on the right wing, but Giggs looked like a duck out of water. Giggs was so left footed that whenever he would play on the right wing, he wouldn't look at all good. And I think it was only when Blomqvist subbed off, Giggs ended up going back to the left. Solskjaer and Sheringham came on an attack that United ended up recovering to win the trophy. Otherwise, it would have been all for nothing, really. But if Ferguson had got his tactics right, I actually believe it would have been a more convincing performance. But again, as we would say, Hardeep and Nipun, agar chachi ki much hoti to usko chacha kehta, hai na? If my aunt had a mustache, she'd be my uncle.
लेकिन इस मामले में उन्होंने ट्रॉफी फिर भी जीता.
Message you.
Right, I'm just gonna leave and you free to speak in your own language.
But
okay.
No, it's okay. I mean, that was just
that one thing.
Hardy Ronaldo fan.
But yeah, so that team actually was quite good. And there was also another question of which team, would be better, the 99 or the 2008 Champions League winning teams for Manchester United. I actually would replace Jesper Blomqvist with Owen Hargreaves and Dwight York with Wayne Rooney and put that team together. A nice bit of trivia is that if you do that, you'd have a perfect 1-11.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Hargreaves wore number 4 and Rooney wore number 10.
Yeah. 100%. No, I agree. But so there's a lot of debates, obviously. By the way, Jamie Carragher's combined 11 for that side, Dulce side. Absolute disgrace. Jack Grealish ahead of, who did he put? I think it was ahead of Beckham. Are you having me on? What on earth is this? Jack Grealish ahead of David Beckham. Bending like Beckham, Listen, David Beckham, for me, one of the best. See, I wasn't alive, but when I watched videos on YouTube, man, this guy was sensational, man. So, yeah. Just seeing this now on Twitter. Well, not now, but before. In the next 48 hours, there'll be a preferred bidder from the Independent. We're going to Man United, so I'm still believing that it will be Sheikh Jassim. For me, I'm not stressed. I'm just relaxed.
All I'm gonna say is we will be there if it's Jim Ratcliffe.
It won't be Jim Hardy. Let's back me. It won't be Jim Ratcliffe. Back me up here. It won't be Jim Ratcliffe.
I'm 99% certain that it will be Alvani.
Oh, no, I'm joking. Listen, I think this Friday or this weekend, I think we should know who the preferred bidder is. I think by beginning of June there should be communication, confirmation of it. Listen, the Glazers they'll definitely be in attendance for that FA Cup final because they're greedy bastards. And listen, they went to them. What a disgrace that they went to the women's final, FA Cup final. I know we lost to Chelsea, so and they can have that trophy of yours. But we lost 1-0. But
we will gladly have a trophy.
Yeah.
Super Sam Cup.
And the Glazers have the cheeks to attend it. But when they took over from 2005, they didn't want the women's team at Man United. So listen, Glazers, Aaron Glazer, you're a disgrace. And what's his daughter? I think it's Abby, whatever. I think what I've seen is, correct me if I'm wrong, Hadi, but I think she's involved in this business with the ownership. So listen, just come on, just try and fast it up, man. We need to know what's happening. But that's why, obviously, from the Independent, that in the next 48 hours or so, we should know what the preferred bidder is. I'm saying it's Sheikh Jassim. Hardy says Sheikh Jassim. So let's see what happens. But yeah, I wonder whether Abraham Glazer is. Listen, I don't know Nippon, man. I don't know. Listen, Abraham Glazer. I don't know if you've seen Nippon, but remember back in Super League when obviously it became, and then Sky Sports, that woman asked him a question, just flew off and went back in his car, drove off. So he doesn't care about United, man. And then
He's a cunt. He's a cunt.
Okay, let's not use that. No, but that's a very strong word to use. But listen, I do get it.
I don't care. I'll say what I feel.
Yeah. No, I understand, but obviously, football sides and personally, it's two different things. But I get it because this guy. By the way, guys, the women's stadium is rented. It's rented. It's not even owned by us. It's rented. We have to rent a stadium for the women's. So it's an absolute disgrace, by the way. So and who thinks Ratcliffe will make this better, man? Ratcliffe will not make this better. So we need Sheikh Jassim, his people, his 92 Foundation to make Man United where we belong. It's not Ratcliffe who stinks and will probably leave during mid games because he's scared of traffic. So listen, we need Qatar. None of this no to Qatar business and all that sports washing BS because that's going to happen soon anyways because all the clubs will be taken over soon. So listen, I just pray. I don't pray. I'm confident it'll be shit. Just believe.
Within the next 15 years, Chelsea will also be sold to a Qatari or an Arab.
There you go. Yeah.
Or an Arab. Chelsea will clip this 15 years time. I'll probably have children. In fact, I will have children in 15 years' time.
Hardy's going to have children.
Children who will be supporting Chelsea, by the way.
Man United.
Okay. I'm going to say this loud and clear. My firstborn will not have a choice. Anyone else, the children, my second, third, they can choose who they want.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. But regardless, sell ownership, we need to as soon as possible. But tomorrow, hopefully, some of the United fans do something. But they can chant 5 minutes with Glazers out in the stadium. But what's that going to do? Only for 5 minutes. What's that?
We want Glazers out. So we want Glazers out. Yes. Nah, Glazers in.
Nippon, let's be honest.
Glazers
Nippon, does that? It doesn't mean anything. If we chant that for 5 minutes, it doesn't do anything. So what we need to do is, I'm going to be honest here. I think Hardy's seen the tweets as well. These next 2 games, well, it won't happen, but do not attend the next 2 games. That's what I will do. Do not attend them, but they will attend it because we're full of tourists and new people from worldwide. So
that makes you sound very the R word, in my opinion. I think we've got too many tourists.
No, it's not. I'm not being. No, it's not racist, but it's true. Man United, we're full of tourists. Nippon. We get people from, I think it's Africa. We get people from China. I like it. Obviously, people.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I love tourism.
Yeah, of course I do. But I'm just saying, with Old Trafford, people would want to come. Not even United fans, even neutral fans, they would come. So listen, it's never gonna be empty. Let's be honest, Hardy. It will never be empty. But
even as a Chelsea fan, I've always wanted to watch a Man United versus Liverpool game, just as a neutral.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, next season I'm going to try my best to go to United away game. Like Tottenham, for example, I live right next to Tottenham, so I'm going to try get something for that. But yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. And hopefully, listen, Nippon, help me out, Stamford Bridge, Man United next year. Yeah? No, I'm joking, but yeah. Listen. Nippon, you're going to be seeing Pochettino ball, so let's see how that happens next season. But yeah, Pochettino ball next season. Pochettino ball.
Yes, Nippon. I want your thoughts on Pochettino. So, do you think he'll be tactically a great fit for you guys, in your opinion?
He'll have us playing good football, that's for sure. But will he be the one getting us back to where we belong, challenging for titles? Nah, I think the manager after Pochettino will put Chelsea in a title race.
Good point. Absolutely good point. Manny, how
know,
about
like,
yourself?
But why?
sorry, you know, like,
why after Pochettino? Don't you have any faith in him to, get the team performing well and really to start challenging? He took Tottenham to a Champions League final,
But did he win it? There you go.
No, he didn't, but they were in a race, and he also worked wonders with Spurs in the Premier League.
Did he take the league leaders to the last day of the season?
Not that I remember.
So I think the manager after Poch will have us in a title race.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, man. To be honest, I think we discussed everything.
Look, since our standards, my standards will never change. Win or be gone.
Yeah.
So my bare minimum is just win a trophy. Getting European football is just what's the word for it? Like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win anything next season, I want him gone. Which he won't, because it is the history of the Tottenham.
Man, like Rodiola. Listen, guys, listen. The top right, I'll have to talk about the top right. You know what to do. Just go check them out, man. Just go check them out. It's as simple. Check the Proper Things Kitchen. Check them out, man. Not when
Do you know what? Speaking, I've not even been there yet. But when I go to London, I would definitely go. It's East London.
East London, yes. And Harley,
East London has a lot of. You need to go shopping in East London. Forget Oxford Street.
Before you go Proper Things, you need to tell me.
Knightsbridge.
About Wembley, and you need to tell me. So Harley, before we go Proper Things, me, you, Elliot, us four, man. But listen,
Wait, you live in the UK, Hardy?
Yeah. I actually live in Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton, yeah.
But you're originally from Australia, right?
No. Actually, I'm from the UK. I'm actually from the UK. Wolverhampton.
You sound Australian.
Do I? No,
he's not. No, he doesn't.
It's because you might be talking to someone from Tinder from Australia, isn't it? But yeah.
But I appreciate compliment. I appreciate compliment, but I am actually British born.
I have a question for anyone who supports England in this panel. Would you ever celebrate a rival player scoring for England?
Of course.
So in my case, Arsenal, and in Manny's case, Tottenham, and in both your cases, Liverpool.
Absolutely.
Whether it is, I don't care if that person plays for Tottenham or Chelsea or Manchester United or any of our other rivals. When they put on that England shirt, they are Englishmen first and foremost, and that's the way it should be. And let me say something right now. The abuse that the likes of Saka, Rashford, I'm not talking about Vinny Jr., this is a different context. The abuse that the likes of Saka, Rashford, Bellingham, and Sterling and other people get, Sancho as well, get, obviously because it was racially oriented, but I would definitely say that a large amount of that abuse came from fans of rival clubs. It could very well be that Tottenham and Chelsea supporters were abusing Saka, City fans were abusing Rashford, and so forth. So we can't allow ourselves. Let me finish, Mr. Sharman. I'll let you come in. We cannot call ourselves proper England fans unless we put our club loyalties aside and support them as Englishmen, proud Englishmen, regardless of their race, regardless of their club. When they put on their shirt, they are playing for England, and that is the be-all and end-all. Mr. Sharma, go ahead.
Manny Churchill, everyone. Yeah, and I've also read somewhere that a lot of those people who were racially abusing Saka and all the lads that missed their penalties, a lot of them actually came from accounts registered in the subcontinent.
Wow.
Listen, thing is, people need to stop with this racism towards footballers because they need to calm
I don't
down.
know. I don't know if you're finishing sooner, Rest, but
Yeah,
I also want to. I want to get this out of the way as well.
Go on.
Vinicius, I don't know if you're listening to this podcast.
Well, hopefully.
But if I were you, I would leave Spain. They don't deserve a talent like you.
Yeah. No, I agreed, man. Listen, Vinicius, I stand with you, man. These fans that do racist.
Come to England, come to Germany, where fans will be much more appreciative of you.
Come to 29 and we'll see some Jogo Benito in our
Anywhere, but just leave Spain.
Of course, leave Spain, man. Like, for me, he's a brilliant talent. For me, Vinicius is world class.
I'd love to see Vinicius in the Premier League. I don't care who he plays for.
Man, Vinicius is under Arteta, man. Isn't it, Manny? Vinicius is under Arteta. He's a ball out.
No. You know what Arteta will
stay
do?
away.
Look, you know what Arteta will do? Listen, hear me out. He will play a front line of Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus, and he'll have Vinicius playing as a right wing back.
He doesn't do that anymore. That was back in those first early days, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
Those early days, he didn't win anything. In the current day, he's not won anything. So what's changed?
Rocco says it's only some parts. You can't blame the whole of Spain for 50 people and 1K people. Yeah, I agree. Listen, it's not. I understand. It's not everyone doing it, but it's just a disgrace, man. Like for me.
But look. I know. I'm pretty sure most Spaniards are very nice and welcoming people. But a lot of people on the governing body of La Liga.
By the way, that president, he needs to resign. This guy is a clown.
He's a clown. He needs to go.
I think his name is Javier Tebas. This guy, I don't know if you guys saw his quote after the Real Madrid game, but he said Vinicius needs to do more.
No, as well as my homeland, I also support Spain. They're my other national team, by the way. So they've actually set up a anti-racism campaign within the national team, and like it's become very popular. It's gained a lot of traction.
Okay, good. Man, like Waleed is here. Big up lads, big up Waleed.
And you know what? Another thing. Big up Carlo Ancelotti for saying.
Well, we'll just wait until Nipper finishes. I think it's something, but I think it's talking about Ancelotti about bigging up Vinicius. So yeah, listen. Hang on, Nipper, can you speak now?
Yes, I can speak. Yeah, I can speak. I have to keep my voice down though.
Oh, you get told off. Nipper's getting told off. Listen, Nipper, I love you, man. Content for the clips page on Instagram. So yeah, Nipper, what were you saying about Ancelotti again?
Yeah, big up Carlo Ancelotti for saying this. Like he said something in the words of like the team needs to walk if this continues, and he's absolutely right. Like if I would just walk off the pitch, literally. If I was Vinny Jr., I would just walk off the pitch and refuse to play.
Yeah,
because I'd say to myself, look, I'm a very talented footballer.
Yeah,
I start for club and country, but I will not show my talents in front of these MFs.
Yeah, Hardy, what do you think? Do you agree with everybody saying Vinicius should leave La Liga?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at La Liga overall, the structure over racism is absolutely blissful. Where's your standards? Where's the regulations? And where's that standard of equality and diversity? There's clearly no promotion of that. Really cool message as well. I think nowadays with racism, especially in the UK, it's really ongoing. And if we want to actually end that as a society, education has to be further, has to be much more critical. If it's evident in Spain that they don't have any morals, or even any respect, or even any kind of positive attitude towards racism, and I think right now it's also been down to lack of education, those who are in charge as well, the political issues within our society as well. If you look at Black Lives Matter during the first part of lockdown, that was really global, and from a global point of view, really prominent some progress in terms of what is being censored. And I think ultimately everyone has a voice, even within the studio. No one should be discriminated. No one shouldn't be intolerant about that as well. It's actually unacceptable. It's actually unacceptable. It shouldn't be tolerated in society, and it needs to be sorted immediately, and there needs to be prevention measures.
100%. No, I agree, man. I agree. Like, I think Vinicius, listen, he should do what's best for him, and I think, listen, I want to see him in United, man. I want to see Joga Benito, man. Vinicius, Casemiro, Anthony, come on, Hardy. We want to see that.
So, yeah, always. I've actually got a question for you. I mean, even with the Premier League being the best in the world, you could also argue that many of our fans are racist as well. They're actually xenophobic as well, especially Royal fans. If
this is why I think Vinicius, I don't want him because I like him, but I'm talking about the top blocks that will racism, because look at what we did to Pogba, man. We could say, "Oh, you shit," stuff and stuff. I'm not gonna say the exact words that they said, but they said something racist to Pogba. So Pogba was mistreated unfairly. Martial, some fan base, they sing his name, Tony Martial, 50 million down the drain. Some don't. But listen, Vinicius should not come to Man United. Let's be honest, he should not, because United fans will racism. They will get onto him. So listen, United fans, they still never learn. They love to put hashtag no to racism, but they
will learn. They will learn. They do learn. They will learn.
Yeah, they will. Oh, yeah.
But guys, I also have another question as well. Politics aside, will racism ever stop in football? So it's not for money. So let me just actually clarify one more time. Do you think racism will ever end in football? In your opinion?
It might fade, but it will never truly end. And the worst part is, my biggest fear is that something will end up happening, which might end up seeing it flare up again. All of us will know, and especially, given that we are, all of us are born and brought up in the UK to families who are originally from outside the UK. And I think we can easily say that as bad as Tony Blair's premiership was of the country, his stewardship was of the country, it was a time when at least in public, racial harmony was at its highest. And we never heard of too many incidents of racial abuse or discrimination or what have you. And sadly, it seems as though with the rise of UKIP and more of these far-right movements, Britain First or what have you.
And bring that comment up again. Bring that comment up again.
Which one?
I think English fans are one of the worst. No, we're not.
But and I think, as I said, with the rise of all of these, fringe movements on the far right, it's become, it's sort of flared up again, especially with Brexit and so forth. So, and the same trends are sort of taking place in many countries around the world. So whether politically or in sporting circles, I don't think racism will ever be fully eradicated. The very best we can do is try and, do whatever we can to, stamp down on it and make it, dormant, at least reduce it to the status of a dormant volcano. But then there are always going to be some hangers on who will still, be made to believe that their way is the best. I believe Germany is an example of how they've completely disavowed the Nazism movement and are very proud to, move on and be part of a more welcoming society, at least in their country. In theory, at least they show that they are willing to evolve and change and not be beholden to those ideologies, which actually cause them a great deal of, misery. But whether that's going to happen in other countries around the world, I'm not too sure. And it's going to sort of filter down into everyday circles, whether it's sports or public life or anything. So I don't think it'll ever be completely stamped out in football. That's my answer. All we can do is silence it, or just render it dormant. And sadly, that's the way it is.
You know what, Manny? You've actually put the nail on there as well. I mean, racism, if it does end, it will never ever end. Similar as as Ryan actually alluded to as well. If it will end, it'll be a very, very consistent long period as well. So, Nippon, let's go to you. Do you think racism will ever end?
No, unfortunately. And I also have a well, this is Vinny in 10 years' time. I also have a advice for him. Look, as a proud person of Indian heritage, I would say don't go to India either, because racism over there. I think I think you guys, you and Manny can back me up on this. Racism there is, you don't hear about it, but it's far worse than a lot of European countries.
Oh, believe me, we know.
It's worse.
We know. I certainly do.
It's worse than England and Spain combined.
Yeah.
Usually, I would welcome people into my dish, but Vinny, if I don't want you to have the pain.
Yeah, and obviously going back to all the discussion, more race and other stuff. I don't think we will, man. The football fans in general, I don't think they will learn. So, I think racism will still continue, man. But yeah, that's the way how it is, man. That's life. But yeah, I think we're gonna stop there now because we discussed all the topics. Hopefully, we beat Super Frank Lampard's Blues Army tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully we are clinical tomorrow. That's what I'm praying for. But yeah, but yeah, as usual, we will get people to shout their socials and all sorts. So, Hardy, where can people find you? Big up for joining my brother.
Well, thank you, Boris, bro. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here, and also big up to the community as well. Guys, you know where to find me. HC United Stan on Instagram. If you don't want to follow me personally on Instagram, it's HSL7, all lowercase from both accounts. Also, my Twitter, it's #MUFC, all lowercase as well, where you can find me there on Twitter, debating all things Man United, whether it's takeover, whether it's players, whether it's news regarding the club. You can find me there as well, where I interact with many United fans confidently and socially. Also, actually talking to other issues out of football as well, so you can find me there. And also, big up to the community once again. We're preserving, and I'll stand to you. Thanks, guys.
Big up Hardeep, man. Big up Hardeep.
And big up to the panel as well. Big up to the panel as well.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Manny, where can people find you? Big up for joining.
Yeah, first of all, big up to you, RS, for having me on. Always good to come on the stream on this channel. Proud to be a co-host as well of OTF, and you can also catch me on other channels on YouTube, mainly Arsenal fan channels, such as Del Boy Gunner TV, S. Featley TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, also AFC Talk Show TV, and also shout out to Football United and Anthony Herbert. He does streams on Monday and Friday with Gooners around the world, and I try and hop on them whenever I can. And also big up to some other channels, Coach's Corner, also Up the Cherries in all departments, Spurs U Asia TV, and several other channels which I can't. Oh yeah, Huddersfield Town Fan TV as well. I've been on some streams with Ryan, and I'm really glad he's in the chat as well. Terrific fella, terrific content, and it's good fun to be with him on a stream as well. And there are some other streams that I can't really name at this point because they're just not really coming to me immediately, but I'll send them a check in the post. And I always say that we need to learn to respect one another and not really engage in snide, banter or any kind of ridiculous nonsense. We're fans of the beautiful game first and foremost, and that is what should unite us as a group, collective. We need to learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Otherwise, there's no point in having any discussions. So let's, wind our necks in, as it were. Social media, catch me on Instagram, Manny Thungatherai 1981. Twitter, Thungatherai 1981. You want to just chat with me about football or anything else with regard to life, just shoot me a DM or follow me or catch me on the Twitter sphere, as it were. and we'll stay in touch. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thanks a lot for contributing to the video. You make the video and the channel what this is. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the football that's on offer. Don't do anything that that we panelists wouldn't do. And for now, I'm out.
Yeah, big up money, man. Big up money. And last but not least, Nipper, where can we find you? Oh,
You unmuted me and then I muted myself. Well, you can find me anywhere in the world. Now, all jokes aside, you can find me on NS Sports TV, British lifestyle blog. Instagrams are N with 4 I's and 3 U's and Nippon Reviews Lifestyle. Twitter is the Nippon Sharma, and my official YouTube Twitter is NS Sports 93. You can also find me as an occasional panelist on Worldwide Chels, big up Sadiq, and as an occasional caller on Football Carnage TV, ran by Liverpool's very own Grizz Khan, and their representative on the Big Six, ran by AFTV's Turkish. Big up all of them, Toby, Saeed, Matisse, Grizz, and obviously Turkish himself.
and Huey, Nippon Huey as well. Huey, yeah.
Big up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and big up yourself, Arrest, and all the panelists.
Yeah, no worries, man. Big up Nippon. I know that you got on your channel for 10:30, so I'll probably be there for a bit. So yeah, Chelsea Man United preview on Nippon's channel as well, on his channel later on. So do check that out. Big up the panel, Hardeep, Manny, and Nippon also.
1 second. Would you mind sharing the stream so that so that it gets a few clouds?
Yeah, no worries. I'll share the stream. Is it already scheduled? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll schedule it now. I mean, I'll post it now. Yeah, no worries. But nah, man. Listen, do check it out, guys. I'm going to post the link in so you guys can watch. Hang on a minute. But yeah, man, Hardeep, what was the score prediction for tomorrow again?
3-0 United. 3-0 United. That's my prediction. Boris? Oh,
Yeah, I think he just. I think he's just getting some work done. As usual, my prediction, 3-1. I think Chelsea will score, but it won't be from one of their strikers, whoever plays up front.
Yeah, absolutely agree, guys. And also, Nippon, like yours, can it say 1-1?
Right, I should be right now. I just upload. The link is now here, guys. Just go click it and watch it later on. You can see me going at Nippon, talking about Ten Ball, how great of a manager he is, and stuff. I'm sure that Nippon wants to talk about his star boy Mason Man as well. So,
the panel. Look, I will be joined by Arrest, Sophia from Sophia Talks Football. Big up Sophia, and CFC Fahim.
Oh, that's a perfect panel, man. Perfect panel. So yeah, do check that out. Should be fun. So go check it out. Hardy, big up to you. Manny, big up to you. Also, next streams are right. So what's the day? Wednesday. So
is it Friday? Friday as well?
Probably Friday, then Monday, guys. The forfeit for Elliot, the sweet chili. So basically, guys, I've done at the beginning. I don't know if I explained it properly to them, Hardy, but at the beginning, I have a Premier League prediction table, which hopefully we have more people on for next season. I think, Nippon, if you're interested, obviously I'll message you later, but if you're interested, you can join our prediction table. But obviously, me, Hardeep, I think it's me, Hardeep, Elliot, Hanno, and actually, I don't know. Wait, yeah, Elliot.
Is it Willie as well? Joe as well?
Willie as well, yeah, Joe as well. So, yeah. So, we have our own prediction table. And
also Ollie as well.
Ollie, yeah, I think I mentioned his name, but yeah, Hardy will get his prize once I get, I think I've told him already, but he's gonna be a rich man, very rich man. So yeah, but yeah, Elliot, well, it looks like he will be coming last. So Elliot, so as I said at the beginning, whoever comes last does a forfeit, and Elliot looks like he'll be coming last, so he'll be doing a forfeit right at the beginning. We're gonna do a gimmick review, but at the beginning, I'll solo screen Elliot, and he will eat the sweet chili pepper live on stream. So yeah, guys, do tune in for that. But obviously Friday and Monday, and then that's it. You know how crazy that is, our deep. We only have like 2 Premier League streams left, so hopefully next season, new faces, some changes, and yeah, man, we'll see what happens for next season. And yeah, Hardy, big up yourself, Manny, big up yourself, Nipper, also big up yourself as well, and JPT that joined as well. So yeah, tomorrow should be fun. Nip and Hardy, it should be fun tomorrow in the game. So let's see. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So yeah, but yeah, guys, have a good night. We'll see you back on Friday. Peace.